guys, so during the first lockdown I didn't have a job, so I decided to work in a supermarket for which I lasted for around about 3 months. I thought, you know, this would be cool, it's quite exciting, I'm in a pandemic, I'll be hanging around with cool people, having a laugh, eating food secretly at the back. But yeah, no, it wasn't like that at all. You're either put on the tills or you're shelf stacking. And pretty much if you're shelf stacking, for the items that you put on the shelf, you need to make sure that the items that are going out of date first near the front. So that's a handy tip if you ever go shopping next time. If you want to buy, I don't know, bread for example, and you want it to last maybe a day or two, maybe don't pick the bread at the front, go to the back of the shelf because that is where the supermarkets put all their new stuff. You got to stack the shelves while being pestered all the time from customers of where things are. You're normally put on a certain section, whether it's the frozen aisle or the dairy aisle or the meat aisle. And if it's the meat aisle, in particular my store, I didn't have to put all the meats on the shelf because for some reason customers like to steal meat. So if we put all the meat out, chances are it will get stolen. I don't know why. Kind of makes you a little bit in charge there when you're stacking shelves because you're thinking, yeah, I've just stacked this entire shelf. Yeah, I'm quite proud of myself. Look how neat it looks. And then an hour or so later, customers buy everything and then you've got to stack it all over again. Stacking shelves can take anything in between half an hour to a couple of hours. But it just depends on the day really, on how busy it is. And during lockdown, the shelves were quite empty. At the end of your shift, you may have to do something called face up. This is where you just pretty much have to make the shelves look really neat and tidy and just organized and just put all the products in line with each other, bring them all to the front if any have been pushed to the back, make sure the labels are all facing frontwards, you know, things like that, just making it all presentable really. Whilst again, also making sure that sell-by dates on products are at the front rather than the back. Doing face up though is a never ending story because I could do face up on a whole half of a shelf, you know, top, middle, bottom, make sure everything's nice and neat. Then I move on to the next side of the shelf and make sure everything's nice and neat. And by the time I've looked back, everything is all over the place. Customers have come in, they've picked things up, they've moved things around, trying to get round to the back. They brought something from the frozen aisle and put it next to a block of cheese, which doesn't even need to be there, and it's all over the place. You need to then face up again on this. It's just never ending. It's never ending. I just did that. Now when it comes around to products going out of date, you know, where you see the supermarkets going around putting those yellow or orange labels on products and making them at a discounted price. Yeah, I never actually got around to doing this, but I know that depending on the store, it's normally around about 5 or 6 p.m. that they normally put those lovely special labels out. So make sure you look out for that next time you go to your supermarket. Now, if you're not working on the shop floor, you are working on the tills. I didn't mind the tills, you know, you get to chat to people. I used to chat up a lot of the girls. I did that quite a lot and it wastes quite a lot of time as well. You know, time can go pretty quick because, you know, you're not just helping and serving customers, you're putting their shopping away in their bags for them. You're dealing with lottery tickets and payouts as well, dealing with cigarettes and vaping products behind the counter, dealing with alcohol as well, that's behind there. You know, there's a lot that goes on behind the tills and there's a lot to learn, but you do pick it up quite quickly. Now here are some top tips to remember if you want to work in a supermarket. If you finish at, I don't know, let's say 9 p.m. at night, be prepared for customers coming in at 8:58 p.m. to do their shopping. They don't care that they've got 2 minutes left. On their watch, they have 2 minutes. They still have loads of time. You have not closed, but you cannot go home until they are out of the store. And do you get paid for being past 9 o'clock? No, you don't. So I was never happy with this. And there are always people coming in at the last minute. These are not good people. Please, please do not do this yourself because supermarket staff workers will not like you. I think one of the reasons why I didn't last there that long because the store that I was working at, there wasn't really young, like-minded people like me. They were kind of, I can't really describe them, but they were just supermarket workers. But there's some people that would be working there for like 20 plus years and I'm thinking, how the hell could you do that with your life? Just working in the supermarket, 20 years, you're not even being upgraded, you're not getting a promotion, you're just staying in the same position. I can't get my head around that. There's just no ambition with, some people. They just want to just stay there. They're just happy, they're just comfortable, just doing the same thing day in, day out, every single day for 20 plus years. I mean, it's quite sad, but yeah, not for me. Be prepared to note everything in that store and to know exactly where it is, because I tell you now that at 8:58 p.m. you're gonna get some bloody person come in and say, oh, I'm looking for a product that you used to stock probably 10 years ago. I remember it was here, but it's not there anymore. Where is it? And you're just meant to know where it is, and you've got 2 minutes to close. So yes, you wanna know everything in that store. Trust me. And let's just face it, some people are lazy. They just can't be bothered to look for it themselves. They just ask you and just waste your time and just go, oh, excuse me there, mate. Do you know where the can of beans are? The can of beans? Yeah, have you tried looking right in front of your eyes? Getting a little bit angry there for a second. And if you're thinking to yourself, oh, all this work that I've got to do, what kind of breaks do I get per day? Well, on average, if you're looking at maybe an 8-hour day, you'll probably get maybe a 10-minute break in the morning, a 30-minute break at lunch, and then if you're lucky, maybe another 10-minute in the afternoon, which is absolute pittance. It's appalling to me. I think that just might be standard retail breaks, but for me in my line of work, I'm not used to that nonsense. So I would always stretch the boat. If I'm getting 10-minute break, I will stretch it to 20, 25 minutes. I never stuck to my breaks. I always lengthened it out because I don't care, because it just never feels like you're on a break. You're working all day, you get a pittance of 10 minutes break, and then you're back to work again. You just never have that time to unwind and just relax. But after a few months, I just gave it up. It just becomes very monotonous work, just very repetitive. Just like I said before, just stacking shelves. You stack the shelves and it sells. You stack the shelf and it sells. You did it over and over and over and over again every single day. But doing the job, it really makes me realize just how tough it is. I mean, it's an easy job, it's not that hard to get a product from a piece of packaging, put it on a shelf, and then that's it and walk off. Like, that's easy. That's not rocket science. Anyone can do it. But it just gets so repetitive and it's just not for me. And now I have a lot of respect for supermarket workers. So that's it. I lasted there for about 3 months. I jacked it in. I told them where they could go. No, I'm joking. I just said I couldn't do it anymore. And then I went off and went to another job and I grafted a little bit more. But I'll probably talk about that in a future video. But yeah, thanks for watching. I certainly look forward to hearing your stories if you've worked in a supermarket yourself and what kind of mischief that you got up to. Yeah, please let us know down below, and I'll look forward to seeing you next video. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye.